Welcome to Civilian Jeeps. I'm Jake, and it is an early morning here at the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion 2025, and I have a really cool interview with AMCJeepMan himself to go over a special tribute Scrambler. So stick around and let's dive right into it. All right, so let's dive in. What is your name and what do we got behind us?
All right, I'm James Belcher, known to many of you as the AMCJeepMan, so be blessed. And right here, what we have is the one and only golden scrambler of Jim's Chop Shop, or to his friends, Lupo. His name was James Lupo. He was very instrumental in the Jeep CJ community in finding Jeeps and getting the parts for them, and allowing us to save many Jeeps, because he searched them out all over the Northeast. He was based in Northern Virginia, and he would find Jeeps and part them out. That's where we got the Jim's Chop Shop from. So this is his Scrambler. We brought it down here in honor of him because we lost Jim in January, very early January of this year, 2025.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about Lupo, Jim's Chop Shop, and then we're going to go in to his Jeep Scrambler here, this beautiful CJ behind me. Now, James here is going to tell you a little bit more about his memory.
All right, James, or Lupo as most of us called him in the CJ community, was very active on the Scrambler CJ8 board, and of course very active in the Facebook groups, the Real Southern Jeep CJ group, Project Survivor group, that is a big community of us CJ owners. And as I said earlier, he bought Jeeps and parted them out, and he was just mad. He had done well over 100 Jeeps that he had found, and so people throughout the country came to know him. And James was very gregarious. He loved to talk like I do myself, and so he developed relationships with everyone within the CJ community across the country again, and also in some other countries. He shipped parts worldwide to some degree, but he just would call or text, or we'd be messaging each other, and not just me, many others. It got to build friendships because of the Jeeps and the Jeep parts, so that such that we talked for hours. He and I talked nearly every day of the week by phone, and certainly every day of the week via one of the message apps or text or something like that. And he built those same types of relationships with others. So when we had the opportunity after he passed, I spoke to his wife and asked if it would be possible if I could borrow his Scrambler and bring it to Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, and Justin was agreeable to let me have a spot in the winner circle here, because that allowed a lot of us that show up for this event to come out and see and honor his memory, see the Scrambler, spend some time with it. I've been able to take a few friends on rides, and it's just been a very nice way to honor and keep his memory alive, and that's basically what we've tried to do with having it here today.
So now let's go over the body of this Scrambler.
Well, first of all, everyone knows the Golden Eagle came out in 1977, and the last one came out in 1979. Well, Scramblers didn't start production till 1981. So what we have here with Lupo's Scrambler is one he created, and so we always picked on him about it, and I always nicknamed it the Golden Scrambler. But Jim, finding parts like he did, he assembled this Scrambler, you know, from parts. He found a Scrambler and was able to build it by doing the trading and the wheeling and dealing that he did. So this is a Golden Eagle hood from a 70s CJ Golden Eagle. This is a front Laredo grill cover, and it's on a 70s model grill. The fenders and all are just normal CJ fenders, but in the body it had some body work and stuff done, so you can see a lot of the Poison Spider accents like on his rock rails and rub rails here. And he's got the full painted body armor for the Scrambler here that wraps around the back and everything like that. Got a worn rear bumper to match the worn front bumper with the tire carrier. We have a genuine original 70s 8-inch wide 15x8 Golden Eagle wheel and an old BFG on the back.
So as far as the top goes, does he only have a bikini top, or does he have other
No,
tops?
just like most of us, he would pull the bikini top off sometime in May and put it back on in November. But he also, because he had a family and they like to ride around, as you can see, he added the rear seat. So he's got the full soft top that's with it, that's still at home in Virginia. We didn't bring it. With the rain we've had this week, I might have wished I'd have put it on.
I'd say that top does look good on this
Yeah,
Scrambler.
it does. I can send you some pictures later with
Right.
with it with the full top on. But yeah.
So basically this is a one-off James special, Lupo special.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
You'll see on our memory wall here, we have it prominently displayed that it's ugly. So if you see any of us in the CJ community having a comment on a brown Jeep somewhere, or a nice Jeep too even, we do that in honor of Lupo, because if somebody posted a picture of a brown Jeep, he would say, meh, it's ugly, you know, or just type ugly. So now we all say that to each other in memory of James, especially brown Jeeps though.
So what do we have going on under the hood of this Scrambler?
Okay, right here, this is just a standard drivetrain that was available in the 80s model year for these. This is a 258 6-cylinder. It's got a rebuilt replacement Carter BBD carbs, just stock exhaust. He's running a T5 transmission. The Dana 300 transfer case is stock. We don't have any lower gears or anything like that in it. The axles are standard CJ axles for a 82 and up CJ, so that makes them wide track. But it has been re-geared to 456, and it has an ARB locker in the rear. And it had an ARB locker in the front, but he actually broke it at one of the last national scrambles in Roush Creek. So in his desire to make this more of just an enjoyment Jeep, he decided not to go with the ARB back in the front for this time, because he actually has another Jeep built for rock crawling.
But he did use this one.
He did use this Jeep. I've been on the trail with him many times. The first time he actually brought it out to one of the national scramblers, he actually scratched the paint up and everything, because instead of going on a scenic trail, he went on a hard trail.
Yeah.
So that was a story. He was mad that first day, but then after that, he said, you know what, it's a Jeep, we're going to use it, and he wheeled the rest of the weekend.
That is cool to see somebody actually using a Scrambler.
Right, yeah.
Instead of it being a museum piece.
And actually there's quite a few of us out there, or not me, my Scrambler's still in pieces, but quite a few of the Scrambler guys that I wheel with that wheel their Scramblers hard and also work to keep them nice. We're running a 4-inch lift kit. I'm honestly not sure of what the brand is. And matching the worn bumper in the rear, we have a worn bumper up here with the trusty 8274 and one of the nice worn covers.
I love that 8274, and you don't see the worn covers too
The
often.
cover, yeah, I would love to have one for my red Jeep. They're hard to come by, the original style covers like that.
So what size tires you say?
Running 1250/35 BFGs on the fake beadlock Mickey Thompson wheels. He does have the, as you can see, the worn big hub conversion allows it to use the internal spline style hubs. So that you don't have the bolts loosening like you do if you're running the 5 or 6 bolt style locking hub that actually bolts onto the end of the wheel hub.
You really don't see these old Mickey Thompson, like the fake
No,
beadlocks,
I
too
actually
often.
had someone wanting to buy them because they are so hard to come by, because the trim rings get tore up and they don't make, and no one makes a replacement.
So next, let's go into the interior of this Jeep and see what all we can find in there.
Now, one of the neat items in the 80s, 82 and up, 81 and up CJs, you'll see they have a long slot right here. So this is actually like a 79 and earlier Renegade wheel with the smaller hub, and instead of Jeep, it actually says AMC inside. So obviously this has been changed from what would have came factory from it. And then this is just a nice Spice dash. We have somebody custom printed an eagle to go with the eagle for us, and we got picked up here at Pigeon Forge. These seats here are pretty unique. They are the Best Top Aqua. That was a water seat off them. You don't see them very much. They are really rare, really unique. But I'll tell you what, I've got caught in the rain a couple of times up here this week, and I've had a dry booty driving back and forth for the most part, so I like that a lot. I wish they made some more. And then keeping with the tan interior and the brown would have come like that, and the tan theme of the Jeep to match the brown. And the Best Top is also even more rare is the rear seat. That is the Aqua Best Top. And as I mentioned earlier, a Scrambler would not have come with a rear seat, but a lot of people like to add a rear seat because of the full hard and soft tops that are available that cover
I've actually seen some
space.
Scramblers where they have a third row.
Yep, it's very popular. I actually have a friend of mine that's got one.
I mean, you got so many possibilities with a Scrambler.
And then that's it, basic CJ. It's just the standard Scrambler roll bar. He's not running a cage or anything like that because, as I said, he actually has another Jeep that he was in the process of building, changing, and modifying, had wheeled some, but it's a crawler based off of a Jeepster Commando.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet. We actually need to go finish it up. When he passed, he actually was just finishing up completely linking the front end.
So the gauges in this thing, are they stock or are they the auto?
They are the factory gauges. It's got a factory clock that, believe it or not, works.
I've seen it go and I was like, there's no way that's factory.
Yes, it works. That is the factory clock that was offered from Jeep for like the upper trim levels. You could see them in a Renegade. They came out, would see them in a Golden Eagle, would find them, of course, in a Laredo when they started doing those in 1980. But the amazing things, all of Jim's gauges work, except for the fuel
gauge.
Except for the fuel.
If you have a CJ with a working fuel gauge, I mean, you've struck
you're
gold.
a set above everybody else.
I've probably run out of gas 4 or 5 times now in my CJ. Just from not having mine sort of works, but when you get down to a quarter tank, it don't work anymore.
Yeah, mine on my red Jeep that we did last year, it used to, when you got to a quarter tank, you better be at a gas station because you were empty. Laredo trim grab bar, that would not have been standard either. That was one of the many parts he was able to pull and save for himself when he did his build. Jim loved to trade and he loved to sell, but it was hard to get him to buy anything. All right, Jake, thank you so much for this interview. It's always a pleasure to see you and talk to you again, and thank you for allowing me this opportunity to honor the memory of our good friend James Lupo and the one and only Golden Scrambler. Just remember, whenever you see a brown Jeep, it's ugly.
Well, that has been a really cool and unique Jeep Scrambler with an awesome tribute in memory of James Lupo, Jim's Chop Shop. Make sure you go check out AMCJeepMan, James Belcher behind me. He is like the CJ man. He knows all kinds of random facts about CJs, posts all the time on Instagram. So make sure you go check out AMCJeepMan on Instagram and follow along with him and all of his cool adventures. I'm gonna leave this off here. Make sure to go down and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think and let AMCJeepMan know what you think of this Jeep Scrambler. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave this off here. And when it comes to Jeeps, keep it classic.